Card Fight Vanguard has returned, so therefore, so have I. Actually, all joking aside, I've got caught up in a bunch of stuff and haven't really had a chance to do much of anything. But I'm here to talk about some card game anime. We're going to talk about Vanguard today. I'm getting caught up on Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. Might talk about a little more Shadowverse. We're going to do like top, best, and worst anime of 2022, even though it's almost halfway through January. But we'll get back on track, everybody. We will get back on track. But speaking of tracks, we will talk about Card Fight Vanguard Will+Dress Season 2, Episode 1. That segue doesn't work because there weren't any tracks because they took a plane. But you know where they took a plane to? My neck of the woods. That's right. They are in New York fucking City. This is my backyard. This is my home. This is where I will probably get stabbed by a homeless person one day. But yeah, no, everyone has come to New York. And by everyone, I of course mean our band of three pretty boys, Yuyu, Toya, and what the fuck's that third guy's name again? I will look this up and we will continue talking as if I totally did not come unprepared. But yeah, no, so everyone comes to New York after we get that really cool montage at the beginning of some stuff that's going to happen, and I kind of dig that. It's a lot of anime do this thing nowadays where they'll open up with something that happens either in the middle or something that happens in the end, and I'm not always crazy about that because I kind of think, Rika Koshiba, that is his name. I was testing y'all. Think I didn't remember? Think I didn't know? And I'm just not on Card Fight Wiki right now? Nah, I knew. This was totally legit. But yeah, no. So, yeah, you get these montages, and a lot of times I think it's because so many of these anime, it's a lot of the isekais or a lot of fantasy shows of that nature. They waste so much time at the beginning setting up, and they do it in like the most boring, generic way possible. I feel like they have this need to show you something cool just to keep you invested for more than like 10 seconds. But this was actually a lot more interesting. We see just a lot of different flashes of characters in ways we haven't seen them. Characters being intense, characters getting sad. The insinuation something dark and serious has happened as our heroes go into the lair of our villains. And the way it's sort of framed with that, like, kind of just creepy black and green computer image. Like, I always find that really creepy. Like, that old fashioned, like sickly green that like computer type used to always be represented as, like the Matrix, or in more recent terms, like when you saw the Riddler's website in the Batman. Like, something about that's just eerie to me. And then when it just comes up with the phrase, do you want power, or however it was put, after showing you this montage, I'm like, I want to fucking see what's going on with Michiru on the bed, what seems to be going on with Urarara, who are all these new characters. The show has taken such a good time getting us invested in everybody and caring about the plot and wanting to see what happens next that I do genuinely want to see where this plot is going. I know some people are a little cringe about the idea that once again we're going into like weird secret societies and dark conspiracies involving children's card games, considering that's where Card Fight Vanguard has typically faltered in the past. And yeah, there is always the possibility that once again they will fuck this up. But I'd like to believe that they've done the proper on track work and the writers have the ability to do what they want to do to give us the story they want to give. But yeah, so we should then just get into the episode. The first chunk is just our squad of characters just going around New York. And the thing I always like that the show does a good job doing when it introduces each new story arc is that it just takes a few minutes to remind you of just how fucking likable everyone is. Like, Yuyu and Toya are great, just seeing them have fun and enjoy New York. Rika doesn't really do anything, except that he doesn't even really get lines for the most part. But just him kind of being there. You know what? I wouldn't mind, and again, like, this is where the new series structure of 13 episodes does kind of get a little troublesome, especially if they want to throw in this huge plot. And I know we just revealed there's going to be, like, what, 9 fucking cores of this show when all's said and done? But compared to how usually much like stuff card game animes fit into their shows on top of card games, that's not a lot of time when you really think about it. But yeah, so essentially, I would have liked some time maybe with Rika, seeing how his like serious attitude contrasts the other two are having fun on vacation. I thought that would have been fun, but the episode all in all really does a great job of showing off a very fun New York City. I feel like, and I'm saying this as someone who lives here, New York tends to get represented as just like the city. Most of the times in movies, TV shows, comics, manga, New York is just like the blanket look of a city, and then occasionally they'll like stick in the Empire State Building. And it can get a little boring sometimes, but this take on New York actually was really fun. The city had a lot of like personality, and I like the colors. I like going to the landmarks. And yeah, a lot of things do that, but hey, we haven't really done that in Vanguard. The last time we went anywhere fun was like when everyone went to like fucking Singapore, and that was like almost a fucking decade ago. So to see them just go to another location, I hate how much in this franchise we're just in this one fucking stupid town, and then we start Overdress and we're just always in the same fucking town again. Just seeing them go somewhere and interact with environments, it's just like a really fun little time. And like, was this super accurate to New York? Oh, I mean, they got like the basics right from their Google search, but like they had personality, there was color, there was fun to the world, there was just a lot of like little moments of personality that I thought made for a genuinely enjoyable New York City. But yeah, so then after that, they all want to go to a card shop. You know how you know it's in New York City? They had basketballs on the shelf that weren't on stands. They were just sitting there. But yeah, no. So they're in the shop for like 2 minutes, where either everyone speaks perfect Japanese, or I'm supposed to believe that Yuyu and the crew speak perfect English. But where they tell them there's this really strong card fighter who they figure is Donji. So Yuyu runs out to go find Donji, where he runs into this just like, God, this man is fucking sexy. I will just say this. This show makes me want to question sexuality a lot. But yeah, no, we meet our new character, Sam, who I feel like is already being set up as working with the bad guys, which most likely means he's your misdirect character. And his introduction is, yeah, just kind of ominous. He like already knows who Yuyu is like getting very close to him. And then Yuyu, who is kind of naturally freaking out because he's Asian and they sometimes have issues with black dudes, then proceeds to step back where he trips, almost is hit by Truck Kun, almost isekai'd. They almost sent him to Cray. But no, Sam saves him and brings him close, and Yuyu starts to realize the perfection of American men. That's right, ladies. You know you want us. But then right before Yuyu can taste that brown, tasty goodness, please do not get mad at this joke. I've already checked it with 5 other people, and they thought it was all right. Toya and the rest show up, and therefore we then find out Sam is one of the card fighters, and we go to this exhibition match where Donji is there as a character under the pseudonym of Peach Mountain. Never really got what that was about. That might be next episode, but I thought that would really been funny if he was like, oh, they just called me that, or they misunderstood how my name translates. I don't know, it was just weird. And then him and Yuyu have a fight, and this is a really cool fight. A lot of great Sakuga, which we know that Overdress tends to have, but I sort of like this interesting idea that Donji treats Yuyu like a little brother a lot of the times, very much like mentor-student type relationship. But I sort of like the idea that as Yuyu gets stronger, that line gets blurred, and Donji just really enjoys him as an opponent. I've always said that in this show, Toya is the real rival to Yuyu, but I sort of think this is an interesting idea of as Yuyu gets stronger, he becomes worthy of having stronger rivals, as opposed to he just is rivals with the strongest card fighter in the world, a mistake other card game anime tend to have. And I'm really excited to see where their relationship develops, where everything else in the show develops. I really enjoy Overdress as an anime, and I'm so happy to see it back as we go forward with all the cool, crazy shit to come. But in the comment section below, give me your thoughts on everything that happened in this week's episode. And now, as for the Vanguard question of the week, set 7, I think this is, I kind of get this in 6 mixed up, is out. Youth Break is fucking everywhere. If it's not everywhere, it's Ava. My question to you is, what deck you play in this format? We already got Springfest coming up sooner rather than later. So naturally, a lot of the people with the earlier ones are going to start testing. Naturally, we New Yorkers have it Memorial Day weekend, which will be in May. I personally am definitely going on the youth break hype train, except these cards are expensive. So we're building this one slowly. But give me your thoughts about that in the comments section below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me as we simp for Sam more and more with each new episode.